Good afternoon. It's 4:37 here right now in Kuala Lumpur. I am so excited to get on live with all of you here, even for a short while. Just want to update with you a couple of things that happened. I'm so excited right now because I just completed a food distribution in Gombak for the low-income refugee community, and alhamdulillah we managed to distribute the foods, and this is a collaborative effort with Faithman Free Market as well as Community Sourdough KL and Love and Respect Transforms Holdings to distribute food to the marginalized and low-income communities. Yeah, we're still continuing. We do give like weekly food distributions where possible. When I'm in town, I would like to come down. Otherwise, I go through the community leaders. The other thing that I'm also doing right now is, hello Laila, how are you? Nice to see you here. I'm gonna wave to you right now. Yeah, and then also yesterday I had a really big breakthrough on a horse. I rode a horse. It's an Arabic horse, and it was the first time I rode an Arab horse. You know, kuda Arab, people say that in Malay, and it's like something that is it's very nice to ride on that horse, and they go really fast. If you can't control them, you know, they can go really fast. So the owner of the horse was a bit concerned for me and asked whether I'm ready for it. And you know, I have been doing my riding for the last couple of weeks and in different cities, in Langkawi, in Johor, in Desaru, in Rembau. I've done that, and especially many times here in KL I've done outrights here, and I have a goal to actually do horse trails in any other countries around the world. I'd love to explore that. So the owner was a little concerned that I was not able to ride the horse, and you know, in a way what I noticed in my body was that I do felt some kind of fear, even though, you know, I know every time I get on a horse I say a prayer and I live my life to, you know, as usual, it is God who decides, you know, of my life, right? So I leave it to God, but I do my best. Of course, I get schooled on how I ride horses. I'm not there like totally irresponsible and not knowing what to do, right? I know how to ride a horse, and I've trained myself as well and keep on learning. I've never stopped learning. And I did feel fear when he instilled that fear, like, are you sure they go really fast? Are you sure you can control them? You know, this is a horse that can really move really fast. I want you to be very, very careful. You know, you were supposed to go with other people, but if you're going alone, you know, it's going to be very dangerous and all that. So I was concerned also. I felt fear, but at the same time, I was responsible, and I asked, you know, some support. There were people there. I was not totally on the trail by myself and the horse. I was with some people as well. A person on a motorbike at least, you know, and I was riding behind him. And you know what? It was such a pleasurable ride. When I started to focus on God and on surrendering and just doing my best and just enjoying every process, it was such a pleasurable ride. It took about an hour, and we did move fast, and I wish we could have gone faster, but it was a fun ride. And you know, imagine if I had said no. I said, oh yeah, and I believed, but I get scared and I allow that fear to go inside of me, and then I'll say, yeah, I don't want to do it, you know, I'm scared or something. Then I would not be able to explore and feel the pleasure of riding or cantering on an Arabic horse, which is really fun. And that is something that we can always apply in our lives, you know. Sometimes we hear so much fear, people giving so much fear, like, oh, cannot do this, oh, business is hard, you know, life is hard, and there's so much fear going around that. And when we start focusing on that fear, it overwhelms us, and it makes you stuck. It makes you live in such, you know, a stressful environment, and that is not a fun way to live. How we should live our life is joyful, grateful, explorative, collaborative, fun. That's how life should be done, right? And you know, life is the way it is right now. It's not like we are irresponsible and not taking care of of things in our lives. For example, we know that inflation is coming, and there are food crises like that. It's because of things that was done in the past that brought us here. So what is it that can we do now so that our future will change? So why not create that kind of lifestyle that you see and desire for yourself in the future and in your children's future and the generations to come, because that will be your legacy. So start working on things right now instead of putting so much fear in yourself and just not being responsible about it, and not moving forward and not doing anything or making excuses because of that fear that you have put inside of yourself, right? So that is kind of sharing I want to share with you today. And you know what? I have been posting on all the social impact work we've done, including building solar lights in Cambodia, and it's so much fun that we can do this in other countries while we are in KL or traveling around other countries in the region, and yet we can create social impact overseas. So that's what I would love for you. Normally, this workshop is only open for people in my community, but I've been called. I felt it just now while I was in the taxi, right? And I said, I really would love to, thank you for agreeing with me. Yay, thanks for being here. You know what? I would love to invite you to come and attend the social impact training that I'm doing for my community. We have a really small, tight community that are people who are scaling to grow their business or grow their incomes or use their incomes to leave a legacy, to create a social impact, to do something of significance, right? But they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to start. They don't know where to put in the work. So I'm doing an introductory course. It's going to be only 1.5 hours, but it's got all the tips that you can actually apply to start incorporating social impact or something conscious in your business, whether it is eco-conscious, whether you want to support environment issues or animal rights. Like right now, we started a new conscious a social impact, which is on saving ex-race horses right now, right? So that's our new one. We've done, we are still doing for the low-income refugees, the marginalized communities. Now we have a horse sanctuary that we are creating in Desaru. So we love to create social impact because it feels so fulfilling to add value through our work, through our business, through our incomes. So if you don't know how to do that, if you think that, I don't have the money, how can I create a social impact? We'll address it on Saturday. Or if you say things like, I really love to, but my finances are tight. How can I help people? I really want to help people. I really want to help orphans. I want to help the poor, the homeless, whatever, whoever you feel called to help, right? Come to this workshop. I will share with you because I started with zero. And that's why we have this tag saying that from small things, big things grow. You don't have to have lots of money in order for you to live a legacy and create a social impact and have fun and live a legacy and live a fulfilling life. You do not have to. You can start with whatever current resources that you have or create small resources in order for you to consistently start creating your social impact. And that is where you can become big. I never thought like 10 years ago that I'll be riding horses or cantering on an aerobic horse that I got to do that. And I never thought that I'll be, working with refugees. I mean, I worked with refugees almost 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, I wouldn't imagine, but that's one of the things. 10 years ago, I was working with the homeless, but 20 years before that, I never thought I'll be working with people, who are marginalized, low income or the homeless in order to help them come out of poverty. I never thought of that. But what I had was an intention. I said, I would love to. And I prayed to God saying like, please show me the way. I'm so grateful that I found step by step people who gave me some support on how I can start. And not only that, my business grew, my impact grew, my money grew. And I know through the power of giving, you will get your resources as well. But I would like for you to know how you can get started. So if you are interested, send me a DM. You know what? I am creating this just now in the taxi when I said, I'm not just going to keep this for our community. I want to share it out with everybody out there who are willing to learn. They want to apply. They want to create their social impacts. That's how we can change the world. You can do so many things for, say, for example, the homeless community. I've got other people who are really into environment issues. They start doing plantation. They start planting agriculture or creating food, through the environment. they can do that. That's their expertise. We work with you do that. And then there are people who are creating livestock, so they do that. They do what is in their passion and in their expertise. Like for me, it's mindset, it is working with people, and that's why I work with people from the marginalized community so that they can come out of poverty. Whatever that interests you, your impact, that is your focus. That is how we change the world, right? Not one person do everything, right? Or we expect the leaders to do everything. They have a lot of things on their plate that they have to settle. So why not we create from small things, big things can grow. So come this Saturday at 10 a.m. We have a training from 10 a.m. to 11:30. That's for my community. And I want to open this up to people out there who are saying, yes, I want to create an impact. I don't know how. I'd love to meet other people who are doing that, and then come to the workshop. I invite you in, but send me a DM, and then I'll send you the link on how you can be a part of that. There will be very minimal fees for you to come in. There's energy exchange, but I tell you, it is really worth it. It's really worth it. Just get the knowledge, and then you apply. You will see your income grow. You come in that session, and you can also ask as many questions as possible on how you love to create your own impact or to grow your impact. Maybe you are already doing something with a group of people, say the orphans or animal rights or women's empowerment, whatever is within your interest. You are already doing that. You just want to make it grow. Do come this Saturday as well. So I hope to get to know you. I hope to work or collaborative with you as well. And with that, lots of love, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Bye. Assalamualaikum.